Would you like to know what we've been doing here at Millbridge Village Camp Resort in the winter, in the cold? Hey, stop chucking my wood. Hi, I'm Steve Turtle and I'm a work camper. Hey, seriously, stop chucking my wood. This is a channel about Jill and me, our adventures, our travels, and a whole lot of work camper stuff. If you're a work camper or you're dreaming to become a work camper, you should subscribe. Stop chucking my wood, that is it. Okay, I'm exhausted now. Let's just get on with the story. I'm sick and tired of campers throwing my firewood in the creek. And speaking of pranks, that brings up a story. Look at that. I guess that's a prank. I'm not sure who by, but that is our hay wagon and someone has pushed it in the creek. It was over there, perpendicular to where it is now. And I see footprints and it looks like somebody in their humor decided they'd push it into the creek. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get it out. Well, I tell you, well, when I was young, I'd probably done something like that. So I guess that makes it sort of okay, but not really. .com. Man, what people will do. Well, at least they didn't deface something. Luckily, it didn't float down the river. Luckily, we had the means to pull it out of the creek. Have you ever been to a restaurant and as soon as you walk in the door, there's this huge fish aquarium? And when you look at the menu, you realize you can order fish? That's a lot like having a chicken at the entrance of the restaurant. And when you sit down to order your meal, you order chicken. I don't need to be reminded of what the food looked like before it was prepared. What's next? As you all know, Jill and I are here at Millbridge Village Camp Resort, work camping during the off season. We have about a month and a half of projects to get complete before the season starts. We've had quite a bit of stuff that we've had to move around. We took some stuff to the auction and sold it. We had some things that we had to take to the dump. And today, we're taking scrap metal to the scrap yard. All right, I got it all loaded up. Got a load of scrap metal. Gonna take it off to the scrap yard. Might even make $1 or $2 and recycle. That's the right thing to do. I've got the snowplow on the front of the truck. It's a little awkward driving in town. I'm going the back way to the scrapyard. That way I don't have too many obstacles I got to negotiate around. I'm hoping I won't get in the middle of the city and have to negotiate some of those narrow streets. If I do, you might read about me in the news or something, you know, like crazy man with a snowplow takes out 4 or 5 rows of cars, something silly like that. Just because it's me, that's what I'd do. All right, let me pay attention here. I don't want to wreck. Well, it wasn't so bad. We got in and got out, didn't wreck anything. Made $47 and did a good deed. We recycled some metal. So it'll probably go into...
Turn right onto Lampeter Road.
Turn right on the Lampeter Road. To making a beer can or something. Can't turn right anyway, the light's red. She don't know that. Well, I tell you, if you just up and right and listen to her, she'll get you wrecked up just like that too. Now, our major project has been clearing out the old grist mill. We've cleared out all the old junk and we're gonna have a big sale. Got to make room for the vendors so that they can sell their goods. They're either gonna sell them by consignment or they're gonna make their goods right there in the mill and sell them as they make them. Come on, let's go over to the mill and check on Steve, see what he's up to. Well, I finally got over here to the mill and started to do a little work. We had worked in here for a while and the weather was really nice, so we started doing some work outside. The weather's not too bad right now. In the 40s, that's not bad for Pennsylvania. So we're back in the mill, we're doing a little work. So it's changed a little bit since you last seen it. I've moved a lot of things around and did a lot of cleanup. Swept, tore up some stuff. This Saturday, we're gonna open up the grist mill so that people can come and purchase items. Some of them are antiques, like this sleigh. It's really old, and it's a really cool piece too. And this ice box. It's an old wooden ice box. And this 1910 steam engine. And we have a peanut roaster and a really cool clerk's desk. So if you're not busy Saturday, February the 22nd, between 10 and 2 o'clock, come on down to Millbridge Village Camp Resort and check out some of this stuff we have at the grist mill. We've got to clear all this stuff out so that we can open up the area, so that we can have some vendors in here showing off their wares, showing off their goods. Well, we finally got all the chairs cleaned up, painted, and assembled, and back out. So we got them all set up, the tables set up. Project complete. She did finish a little reading area. She's got an area over in the corner of the room, and we've got a couch that I'm sitting on, and a little lamp and a bookcase with some books and games and a few puzzles so that people could sit and enjoy those things. I'll show you. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there it is. Now, over in the corner of the room, we have this huge hot water heater. And it sort of, just sort of stands out and looks ugly. So Jill wants to put a screen over there, like one of those privacy screens. That's still a project in the making. We got some thoughts and ideas, but we really haven't done anything yet. That's something we got to get done before the season starts. And that's a month and a half. We don't have a lot of time. We got a lot of stuff to do. She even had a little time to make some curtains. Put them over in the game room. They look pretty spiffy. Nice curtains. We had a couple nice days, and we decided we'd start our tree project. We had a couple spots where we wanted to cut out the asphalt, so we went and rented one of those concrete pavement asphalt cutters, and we cut out all these spots in the asphalt, and we cut a few squares on about 8 different sites so we could plant some trees. We dug out all that, and the tree guys came, and they planted some nice looking trees. The trees are supposed to grow up and narrow and not out, so they should be pretty nice and offer some pretty nice shade. We had some pretty high winds the other day, and we had a little bit of damage. I'll let Steve explain it to you. Got a mess out here. Wind kicked up, blew some limbs down, blew all the lawn furniture all over the place, broke a table, chairs scattered, shingles off the top of the building. Got to clean some of this mess up. Even though the park doesn't have a lot of people here, still a lot of work, stuff to do. The park keeps going, even if Mother Nature gets in the way. Have you ever been working and thought, man, I am hungry? And while you're looking at my food, go ahead and take a minute and hit that subscribe button. Last week, I talked a little bit about how I found this bumper rack in the dumpster. This week, I want to give you a little update on my progress. So I took this old rusty rack over to the shop, and I did a little sanding on it, a little grinding on it. It cleaned up pretty nice. See, the bumper rack was originally a hitch mounted rack, and I don't want a hitch mounted rack. I want it to sit on the bumper. So I have to extend it by about 4 inches on each side. So I needed a piece of metal to do that. I stopped at Lowe's and I priced a piece of metal. It was way too expensive. They wanted $31 for a 6-foot piece of angle iron. So I thought, I'm gonna check at the resource store and see if I can find what I'm looking for. And I walked inside the door, and the first thing I saw was Cat, the mascot, the official greeter. Are you the mascot? Are you the mascot? You're a pretty boy. Yes, you are. You're a pretty boy. So I went ahead and got me some pet loving. You know how I am about pet loving. Every time I can get some, I get some, because I don't have a pet. So I get pet loving when I can get it. The store has lots of stuff. It has small items all the way up to big items, in cabinets and sinks and just everything. All kind of house project, and, you know, stuff like that. Jill, she was lucky enough to find some globes. She was working on some lights and she needed to replace a few globes. She found them and they were pretty cheap. And I searched all over in this store and I thought I was going to come up empty-handed, and then in one corner I found what I was looking for, a solution for my bumper rack. 25 cents a foot. I got 12 feet of it, $3. And then they gave me a military discount, brought it down to $2.40. That's not a bad deal. And Lowe's was $31 for practically the same thing. And on the way out, the cat gave me some more loving. That's a good trip right there. That's a good visit. There you go. There you go. Well, now that I got my metal, I can go ahead and start to assemble this thing. I bought some U-bolts. I've got a plan in my head. I just got to do a little drilling, a little bolting, and then we're going to hook it up and make it look right. Well, that's our story for the week. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, click like down below and smash that subscribe button if you'd like to hear more stories like this one. And ring that bell. If you ring the bell, you'll get a notification every time I post a new story. You don't want to miss one. New stories every week on Wednesday, right here on this YouTube channel. Until later, thanks for your time. Bye.